Have you ever felt misunderstood in your relationship, especially when you're labeled as lazy? This sentiment echoes in the hearts of many, often manifesting as a symptom of a pervasive form of psychological manipulation known as gaslighting. Gaslighting is a manipulative tactic typically employed by individuals with narcissistic tendencies. It's a subtle, yet destructive technique, wherein the manipulator systematically erodes the victim's reality, swapping it for a distorted version designed to disempower and control. In many instances, gaslighting in relationships involves the mislabeling of trauma responses as laziness. This can be particularly damaging as it diminishes the validity of your experiences and paints your reactions as character flaws rather than understandable responses to a distressing situation. A key facet of this manipulation is the narcissist's ability to make you question your own worth and abilities. Gaslighting can be insidious, but recognizing it is the first step towards breaking free. Imagine this scenario: a woman constantly labeled lazy by her narcissistic husband, when in truth, she's grappling with trauma responses. She wakes up each morning, dreading the day ahead, her energy drained by the weight of constant criticism and manipulation. Her husband, a master of gaslighting, twists her reality, making her believe she's simply not trying hard enough. But what's actually happening is far from laziness. She's caught in a freeze response, a common reaction to trauma where the individual becomes inactive or appears lazy as a protective mechanism. She's not lazy. She's in survival mode, her body and mind trying to cope with the emotional turmoil she faces daily. This woman isn't alone. Countless others experience this unseen struggle, their trauma responses misinterpreted and mislabeled. It's a complex web of manipulation, misunderstanding, and pain. But remember, this perceived laziness isn't a character flaw, but a symptom of a deeper issue. Now, consider the emotional toll of being constantly criticized and labeled as lazy. In a narcissistic marriage, this label becomes more than just a word. It's a chain that binds, a fog that obscures, a wall that confines. It's a reflection distorted by someone else's lens, painting a picture of you that doesn't match your reality. Imagine a constant barrage of criticism, every effort dismissed, every achievement diminished. You start to question your worth, your abilities. The label lazy echoes in your mind, turning into a self-fulfilling prophecy. You start to believe that maybe you are just not enough. But here's the truth. You are not lazy. You are not worthless. You are not the distorted image in the narcissist's mirror. You are dealing with an emotional toll, a burden unfairly placed on your shoulders. The weight of these labels can be crushing, but it's important to remember they don't define your worth. You are so much more than the labels thrust upon you. But how can one overcome this freeze response and break free from the lazy label? A question that may be resonating with many of you. The answer lies in healing trauma responses and rediscovering empowerment. One of the most effective ways to heal trauma responses is through therapy. It provides a safe space to explore emotions, understand triggers, and develop coping strategies. A professional can guide you through the process of healing, helping to unravel the complex web of emotions and responses entwined with trauma. Mindfulness is another powerful tool. It helps ground you in the present, away from past traumas and future anxieties. By focusing on your breathing, the sensations in your body, or the sounds around you, you can anchor yourself in the here and now, lessening the impact of traumatic triggers. Establishing boundaries against gaslighting tactics is crucial. It's about asserting your worth, your autonomy, and your right to be respected. Reclaiming your strength is a journey, but with the right strategies, it's entirely possible. Finally, let's hear some real stories of women who have walked this path and emerged stronger. Picture this: a woman named Maria, who, despite being labeled as lazy by her narcissistic husband, rediscovered her passion for painting, transforming her trauma into breathtaking art. Then there's Jane, a mother of two who was constantly criticized for her laziness. Jane took the brave step to seek therapy, eventually finding the strength to set boundaries and reclaim her worth. Imagine Lily, a corporate executive who was belittled at home for her inactivity. She chose to channel her energy into her work, proving to herself that she was far from the lazy label she had been branded with. These stories serve as a beacon of hope, showing that breaking free from gaslighting and the lazy label isn't just a dream, it's a reality that many have achieved.